Hey there. So, if great priorities help us, and they're one of the core things that make for great execution, and we know that great priorities come from the future, how do we express them in a way that really drives action, that produces what we want to produce, versus we declare some priorities at the end of the quarter? We're not really sure what all that meant. They don't seem like they were the right priorities. And we end up feeling bad about the whole process and why we spent time on it. And we're not sure what we're doing anymore. Right. So we want well said priorities. Priorities that are expressed in a way that drive action, that sustain action over a whole quarter, and impact the business. So what does that look like? What really matters in that? So we stand out there in the future, we imagine what we want to do, we think back then about annual initiatives. So what do I like? What, how many million do I want to accomplish? How many customers do I want to serve? Like, what are the key things, the outcomes that I want for the year? Those are your targets, your goals. The annual initiatives are the projects or things that you're going to work on to achieve those goals. So I want to achieve a certain amount of sales. I need to do some kind of grow my sales team, or do a certain number of proposals, or generate some leads, or those are actual projects we can see. So on the annual, just to be consistent and easy and like that, we call them annual initiatives. We want to establish 3 to 5 annual initiatives for a company that's growing. And then there are projects that we're going to do. And then we think quarter by quarter, the priorities. So we say quarterly priorities because we want to help clarify and distinguish between annual initiatives and what we're doing by the quarter. So the quarterly priorities are what we need to do each quarter to move towards those annual initiatives and the achievement of the goals for the year. So, and you probably also have goals by quarter, revenue numbers you want to hit, various strategic targets that you want to hit in the quarter, outcome oriented things. The priorities are projects, actions, initiatives, things that you're going to do. We can see them in action. So, action based things. I'm going to make so many sales calls, right? To achieve a sales result, the focus with the priorities is on the action. So, things that make a big difference. Vern talks a lot lately about smart, or about fast versus smart. Actually, whatever helps you there. Here's the things that I think are missing most often. First of all, people say vague things, like they say, oh, boost marketing. And then at the end of the quarter, they're like, I'm not sure what I even really meant by that at the time. I got so busy with everything else, I forgot what that was all about. So we want to upgrade that language. We want to make it a little more specific than a general category like boost sales or boost marketing. And we want to say, what kind of marketing, where, that kind of thing. Then we want to add a number to it. So some kind of metric. And the metric is generally a count of some activity that we can see. And or it could be a binary event, like launch a product by a particular date, that we would have like a whole task, a milestone list for. So a metric, or a binary state, like launch something. Now we can see some action. And then it's useful to have a verb. So a launch is a verb, right? Launch this product, launch this service by a particular date is a verb. But you might also have like deliver as a thing. Deliver, 10 sales proposals this quarter. Deliver a proposal every day. Deliver a proposal every week. Ship so many things. Make so many things. Bring so many people online. Hire a certain number of people. You want to focus on things that we can see you doing and counting, or build a project with project plan with milestones that we could tick off through the thing. So that makes for great, well said priorities when we have that. Now, the final last piece is who's owning it. Like one owner, could be many helpers, but one critical owner for the priority for the quarter. And generally, the date that it's accomplished is like the end of the quarter. So you might want to, if it's going to be sooner than the end of the quarter, specify the date, or just say end of quarter. But so we upgrade the general direction of something. It's action oriented. We upgrade the general thing with some specificity. We add a verb, we add a measure, we add an owner and a date. Now you're done. Maybe I need a new acronym of my own. Hope that's helpful. We'll talk to you again next time.